Hello and welcome to our presentation on South Asia. This video is presented by Adam Grades, Jared Postal, Richard Joe, and myself, Isabella Miller. South Asia is located on the southern part of the Eurasian continent and has the Arabian Sea to the west, the Bay of Bengal to the east, and the Indian Ocean to the south. The states in South Asia are comprised of Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and the Maldives. Moving on to South Asia's population. South Asia is home to 1.8 billion people. The TFRs for this region is 2.7, but a smaller scale is needed to see the full picture. India at 2.3, Afghanistan at 4.8, Bangladesh at 2.8. Afghanistan's 4.8 TFR is due to its 70% rural population and its high illiteracy rates for both men and women. One issue with South Asia's population is its skewed sex ratio in many countries due to the dowry that comes with having a female child. Women are unfortunately seen as a financial burden, causing parents to prefer a male child. South Asia is specifically vulnerable to climate change, and climate change causes drought and flooding, glacial melting, sea level rise, affecting low-lying populations, water use and pollution, virtual water and exports, and sea level rise. South Asia is experiencing conflicts over rivers, since the region encompasses 20% of the world's population, but only 4% of its fresh water. Major rivers in the region run through multiple countries, and these countries are competing for water as a resource. Water use, as this region is still urbanizing, and virtual water. Most water in this region used to create agricultural exports, which means South Asia is a larger export of virtual water. And now the key terms for this region. Partition, which is the breakup following Indian independence that resulted in the establishment of Hindu India and Muslim Pakistan. Religious nationalism, which is the association of a country with a particular religion with the intent of excluding or disadvantaging other religions. And the Taliban, an arch conservative Islamist movement that gained control of the government of Afghanistan in the mid-1990s. So our current event article that we selected is titled, Why South Asia is Among the Hardest Hit Regions by Climate Change, and was written by Zoya Wazir. The article is about South Asia and how it has been hit hard by extreme weather this summer, with recent flooding in Bangladesh and heat waves in India and Pakistan. Research has shown that among regions across the world struggling with climate change, that South Asia will be affected the worst. According to research from ActionAid International and the South Asia Climate Action Network, climate change is expected to cause 62 million people to migrate out of South Asia by 2050. At the end of June, the US News spoke with Salim Hook, a climate change scientist from Bangladesh and director of the country's International Center for Climate Change and Development, to talk about South Asia and how climate change is very threatening to the region. Among the issues of climate change, there have been great advancements made to fight against the recent rise in temperature. Huck noted that Bangladesh is so susceptible to climate change because of their weather patterns and location. They're constantly experiencing floods and other unpredictable weather patterns, which can cause many problems for the large population in Bangladesh. He said that they lack sufficient infrastructure to support the changing climate in their region. When problems do arise, they do not have the necessary resources to keep everybody safe in disastrous situations. There's emphasis that better framework is needed to prepare for scenarios such as flooding, cyclones, and hurricanes. Huck then mentioned that the death rate from natural disasters has been declining and is lower than ever. This is because of an increase in shelters and other support systems there for when an emergency occurs. Huck believes that the countries responsible for causing some of the climate change should give aid to the countries in need. While they can rely on more Western countries for support, there's constant engagement with ways to fight the unpredictable climate. The overall consensus from the interview is that South Asia, along with the whole world, are not headed down a good path. If the global temperatures continue to rise, then it could cause issues for surrounding regions, which will inevitably impact the entire planet. There is some sense of hope in South Asia, but the summer of 2022 has not been easy on its population and government. To conclude our current events video, we have prepared 2 discussion questions to help further your understanding of this article and the vulnerability of South Asia to climate change. First, what are 2 disaster support systems developed in South Asia, and which would you implement first? And second, what do you think is the most crucial factor contributing to South Asia's vulnerability to climate change?